live, apparently. Hello, and welcome to the Magenta Show. I'm Moira, your host, and I have fabulous guest, Jaci Daley.
Thank you.
In the house. So we're actually filming here from Jaci's home here in North Carolina. You're actually, the closest town's Brevard, but you actually live in a forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is just
Pisgah Forest.
Pisgah, I always say Pisgah Forest.
Mm-hmm.
She literally lives in heaven on earth. I mean, this place where she's living is just absolutely incredibly beautiful. It's like you're living at the top of heaven. I mean, it's just the most beautiful place.
Yeah, it is. And there's 3 national forests around us. So it's just stunning.
It's an amazing, amazing place. So Jaci has invited me to North Carolina to come and work and collaborate on expanding the reach of the fans of the color mirror system in Melissa Jolly.
Mm-hmm.
That's really why we're here, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's have a look who's joined us, Jaci. Zane, hello Zane, Sue and Stacy, hello, Anne has joined us, Shannon's joined us, hello my darlings, and Lynn has joined us. Look at that, look at all our lovely friends who's joined us. You know Zane as well.
Yes.
Yeah. All the way from the UK. That's amazing. Thank you, my darlings, for joining us. Please share the show and let other people know that we've gone live. This is the very first broadcast we've done outside of our studio in Canada. We're here.
Very impressive.
It's here in the USA. We got Jaci sitting in the chair and all the lights went on. She said, wow, that's bright. That was amazing, right? Okay, so Jaci invited me to be here in the USA, and we have a love for color mirrors and the founder, Melissa Jolly.
Yes.
So what we did is we exhibited the color mirror system, and we at an exhibition this weekend.
Mm-hmm. The Illuminate Expo.
Yeah, and that was done by Julie King. Yeah, Julie King's actually going to be our guest next week Monday. Yes. We're going to be talking. She's a fascinating lady, isn't she?
She's done a lot of things, yes.
Yeah. And it was a very well-attended expo, and we got up to some funny stuff ourselves, but we'll get more into that a little bit later. We got up to some very weird stuff. But we exhibited the color mirrors system at the show, and Jaci, who has founded African Massage using color and sound therapy with African Massage, she was talking to people about that, and I was just talking to people about the books I've written about color mirrors and the show, the Magenta show that we do, educating people about color mirrors and so on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course the workshops that you're going to be doing this week.
Yeah, we're going to do some Sacred Women workshops and a Love and Money boot camp on the weekend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that everybody we met at the show was so lovely. I could, their accents are so nice to listen to.
They probably thought the same thing about us.
I love listening to our Afrikaans accent. Let's have a look. Zane says you both look great. Anne says she's picking number 3 today. Excellent, Anne. You've actually, my darling, you've got Michael's pick of the week. And Ash Mack has joined us. Hello, Ash. Wonderful. Ash was at the show.
Yes.
That was somebody we met at the show. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Share, guys. Share. Let people know we're live. Shannon says the bottles look beautiful against the window at the show. Yes. Oh, Shannon, we were given this amazing spot, which is this natural light coming in. We were very blessed. Julie put us in a really, really lovely spot. Hey?
Yes, it was gorgeous. Especially first thing in the morning when the sun was coming in at that angle, it just lit it up. Nothing.
But it was a magnet attracting people to our table, right?
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Yeah, okay. So I want to ask you, before we go into your business and what you do with color mirrors, I wanted to know, I was curious and I asked you this, and I asked if you'd share this on the show with our color mirrors friends and family and the fans of the show. When you first came across Melissa, and I know you knew her before color mirrors, but when she made the color mirror system, and I asked you to tell me what was the first bottle that hit you.
Well, that was number 8, and it's one that's always called me and just made me feel really solid and strong in who I am. But when I realized what it was about, transformation, I just love that, because I really believe we're all on a path of transformation and change all the time. And actually say that to people when they buy a bottle And somebody at the show said to me, "Oh, I have my bottle from 3 years ago." I said, no, you must use it up, because we're all transforming and changing all the time. And if they don't use the bottle, they're wanting themselves to be stuck in that same energy from 3 years ago.
It's like that resistance. But that's what Color Mirrors does, is it challenges us to move beyond the resistance. There's a lot of therapy systems out there, right? And not everyone can move past their fear or the block and want to embrace change, but color has a way of creeping in and doing it anyway. So I wanted to say this bottle, by the way, is called Saturn, and it's violet. And what's interesting is what I know about people who pick number 8 Saturn over time, they're inventors of systems.
How about that?
They actually can start new movements, produce new products, be inventors, and just come out. And what you've done, I think, with your African massage business is integration of various disciplines, modalities, and healing energy. So can you tell me a little bit about, because for those of you who are massage therapists, and if you are, please just tell us you're a massage therapist. We want to hear from you. Sarah White says, "Hi from the crazy lady who sat next to you." Hello, no crazy ladies, just angels. Fabulous. Thanks for joining us, Sarah. Okay, so we've got so number 8 was that first bottle you drew. So how did African massage come about? How did you create, because I know you were born in South Africa like myself, so of course that's a little bit obvious, but why did you create your own massage system, and what makes it so different to other massage modalities that's traditionally used out in the world?
Well, that's a really good question. And what I found when I was doing massage and when I was visualizing the intended outcome that I wanted to create with a massage, when I was using the spritzers especially that relate the elemental spritzers.
Elementals, yeah. Earth, air, fire, water, wood, metal.
Yes. I would use a spritzer, for instance, the fire, and I would say to people, or actually it started off with me just visualizing the fire and in myself, embodying the fire with a massage stroke that I was doing, the petrissage, and feeling the fire warming up the tissues and visualizing that warmth and that transforming the tightness and tension, and just those thoughts in my own mind would create such an amazing effect. And then eventually I started saying to people, visualize this with me. And that was just amazing too, because often with massage, as massage therapists, we feel the resistance in the body and we're trying to work through that resistance in the tissue. But when I was visualizing the change already happening, that was fast. When I asked the other person to visualize it with me, it was just magical how the tissues changed. And I felt like there was such a connection with the body and the mind and the spirit having that intention. So trying to find a way to bring all of those together, that holistic embodiment of all of those intentions. And Color Mirrors just was such a perfect tool for all of that. Yes. So I started with just the elements, and then using all of the Color Mirrors bottles, asking people to hold them, as well as using the oils and talking to them about the color and the intention of the bottle during the massage just created amazing effects.
Do you find, because I'm curious to know, if somebody goes to a massage therapist and they know exactly what to expect, they walk into your therapy room and it's just got a wall of colors, and there's all sorts of little sound. I want to play with sound. There's all sorts of sound thing. Oh, I love this one. This is the rain stick. You do it because you probably do it better than me.
No, it's wonderful. It's a miniature one. So it sort of sounds like waves too.
Yeah. Doesn't that make rain happen?
That's the theory.
So for those of you who need a bit of rain, you need a rain stick, all right. Yeah. And then how do you use this equipment during the massage? Because, I haven't had one from you yet, but I'm visiting, so I'm kind of on the list.
Absolutely. So I have some African massage tools. This one's called a rungu stick.
Rungu.
Yes.
Rungu stick. If you love it, give us some hearts in the comments box there, okay? Rungu stick.
Yeah, this was actually originally used by the Maasai tribe, and they're very tall people, but in their warring aspects, they used to jump really high and bonk people on the head and just use the rungu stick.
They had the height advantage.
Yeah, and just eliminate the enemy. But now we use it in a much more gentle and therapeutic way as a massage tool.
Wow, it is, but it's got a strange feel to it. It's you think it was heavy, but it's actually quite light.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing, and it's beautifully done. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So how does this energy work with a person's tissues and their bodies above normal massage that you use with hands and oil?
Mm-hmm.
What effect does it have?
Well, this being a deep tissue massage tool, it helps the massage therapist get more deeply into the tissues without hurting themselves. So we are really much more energized and able to give more therapeutically because we're not wearing ourselves out.
Oh my God, that alone is massage therapists. I hope you're listening. You've got tools you can use from Africa. All right. And the sound frequency. Tell me a bit about how the sound frequency comes in, Jaci.
Well, I like to use the range stick in this one a little bit as well.
I just want to play.
There we go.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Can you hear it, Michael? I want Michael to... He's giving me the thumbs up. So how does this affect your clients that come to you for massage?
Well, I sometimes use it when I feel like the energy is a little bit down and could do with some energizing. And of course the sound aspect really is also the visualization during the massage. So oftentimes in massage people are just in their own heads thinking about their to-do list that they should be doing, or their next meal, or what they want to be doing the next few days, and why are they relaxing when they have so much to do. So they're really not present with what they should be doing. So during the visualizations of the elements or the bottles that they choose, I think that's a really integral part in having them mentally focused on what their healing intention is. So that's very powerful.
Wow. And you teach people how to do African massage.
Yes.
You do.
One of my favorite things.
Teaching. So we wanted to invite you to Canada. So I think you're coming April next year. Is that what we had in mind?
Yeah.
So actually coming to Canada. So if you know any massage therapists, my darlings, you kind of want to be telling them that we're going to bring Jaci out, and she's going to do, it's an introduction to African massage next year.
Yes, it's going to be the color element spritzer massage class.
Oh, that sounds exciting. All right, you got to tell all your massage people in Canada. We're gonna, because I would like to reciprocate you this invitation you've given me to collaborate with you here in Brevard. I would love it to come to Canada, to Oakville, Ontario, and we collaborate and work and just tell people how magical the Calamara system is with all the work and the diversity of work we do with it.
That'll be fabulous.
That's gonna be cool, hey? All right, so I want to talk a bit of weird and wacky. So at this fair, this event we went to this weekend, there was a little quiet moment, and I don't know, the spur of thought came into my mind, and I said to Jaci, I think I'm going to go for a reading with somebody, but I didn't know any of these people at this event. I mean, I'm brand new to the area, right? And I said I'd like to go, and Jaci recommended I go to see a lady called Patricia, and she does African bone readings. And it was my very first experience having my bones or African bones read, and she turned out to be this, she's part Native American. And but she also went to Karedo in South Africa, a little desert town, and studied with a shaman there as well. So she's got this incredible mix of knowledge and information. And she read my bones and my stones and the shells, and what an extraordinary thing that was. And then you went for one too.
Yes, it was fabulous.
So what was that like?
You know, it was just wonderful to hear how she spoke about the different elements and where I was in my pathway and what was standing in the
What
way.
element are you in right now? Did she tell you?
The water.
I'm in
My
water
head's
as
in
well.
water.
Your head's in water.
That's what she said. No wonder I feel like I'm swimming sometimes.
Well, we were joking earlier that in your home, where Jackie's hosting us here in the forest, in your home you have a dolphin image in almost every room. So it's natural for you. You have this affinity with water and dolphins.
Yeah, I love water, and I think I bought my home just primarily because there's a creek in the back. And the plan is to have a little pond there, and so I can go and sit in the water.
Yeah, I have to say this morning I looked out the door and I looked at your backyard, and I have to tell you, Michael's got a picture to show you, and there was this mist over the creek at the bottom of your yard. You sit on your deck and you look out, and it was like being in some magic land.
Oh, yes.
No, you live in a beautiful, beautiful part. Okay, so I had an African bone reading, and so did Jackie, and then Michael went. And he also did something wacky, but it's actually not that wacky because as part of his, I'm currently running a 16-week spiritual development group for a group of beautiful, beautiful souls in Oakville. And Michael's one of the students, and their homework was to study auras and to begin to see auras. So Michael decided he was going to go and have his aura photograph taken. So he also did something weird and wacky.
What fun!
So we've had lots of fun, yeah. So. Jackie, all the signs, I wanted to say when I was coming to you here in the USA, it's the first time I've actually left Canada since I arrived there, since I immigrated there. This is my first trip out. And I was thinking, should I be doing it? I've got so much work going on in Canada. I've got commitments there, and should I be coming? And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it because there were these signs that started appearing in numbers. I kept seeing all these digits. And the next thing, as we decided, and Michael came with me, and as we decided to do the road trip, all the signs just kept appearing. We kept seeing rainbows, and and numbers. And I actually put a couple of posts on Facebook about those signs. But then the next thing is, I came around the corner down your lane where you live, and I thought I was imagining things, but I saw a white squirrel. And I honestly thought this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's like a ghost of a squirrel I've seen, because, with us up north in Canada, we've got black squirrels and grey squirrels. I've never seen a white squirrel before.
Oh, yes. Well, Brevard is called the home of the white squirrel. It's kind of like our mascot.
I believe there's a festival even named after them.
That's true.
And they're pretty unique for around this area.
Yes.
They're very rare.
Very.
Yeah.
I mean, they're common around here, but they're not found very much anywhere else.
Yeah. I had a couple come up to our table at the event this weekend, and I was telling them I'd seen this white squirrel. They actually were talking about it, and I told them I'd seen one, and they said, "Wow, you're lucky. They don't often get to see them." And I said, and I got pictures. They went, "What? You're a hero!" And they wanted to look at the pictures because they've not been able to get pictures. They've been living here for years. Isn't that extraordinary? So yeah, I saw a white squirrel. So there were lots of positive signs that what we are doing, because every time you see rainbows and you see the color white that holds all the rainbows, this is literally saying that what we're doing with color and color mirrors, it's divinely blessed.
Oh, yes.
To me, that's my message. Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
It's just such a fabulous uplifting system, and just helps people transform, help me transform and be the person that I am now. I remember when we were working together in the UK, and you did a reading for me and came up with a number 7, and you said it's the teacher's bottle. And I thought, that's not me for sure. I mean, I can't remember. That must have been about 9 years ago.
Yeah, probably around about there. Yeah.
But
you did it.
Yeah.
You're teaching.
I am.
See, the colours bottles don't lie.
No, they don't.
They're very accurate.
And I remember saying to you, I am not going to be in the front of the room. I visualize myself always at the back of the room. So here I am, thanks to the color mirror system, being able to teach.
Yeah. Well, it takes when we bathe in our bottles and we use them, they help to eliminate the fears we have about being visible. And I wouldn't be sitting doing a show if I didn't have the color mirror system as the tool that brought me to this point to do public speaking and to appear in front of a camera. So we owe Melissa a lot.
Oh, yes.
A lot. And talking of 7, I actually have another bottle I want to show the audience, is number C7.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And that's
one of my favorites too.
Magenta on top and the violet underneath. And what happened was, whenever we do an exhibition, I don't know if you've noticed when you do it, Jackie, but we've certainly noticed it with this one, and I know from previous years, there's always one bottle that gets picked by almost every person that comes to the table. And it's repeated again and again. And C7, this bottle was the one that was picked the most at this weekend's event. So that's 7 again, saying spiritual leadership and teaching. And this bottle actually is relating to the crown chakra, and what it says is, you are a healer. And I had one or two ladies with tear up when they read the message that Melissa wrote about this bottle in our little manual at the display.
Yeah,
and they go,
uncommon.
No, it happens all the time. But they were saying that they keep feeling like they don't have anything worthwhile to contribute. They don't feel they have enough gifts. They feel they're not able to do it. And then they read the words while they hold the bottle, and you can just see the energy opening up around them. And you just know, like you with following 7 energy, they will follow through and they will be healers. So any of you watching and you were at the event and you picked C7, it's going to happen, my darlings. It's just going to happen.
Sure.
We know from experience.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look at some more. Oh, there we go. Melissa's online. Hello, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. Lots of love to you.
Give that gorgeous Jackie a huge hug from me. Yeah, we will. And hello, Kiwanta's joined us. Laura, and my sister Kim has joined us. Regina, we're glad you did. Oh, that's wonderful. Jeanette, look at the international audience that's here. And Norma has joined us. Oh, isn't that amazing? Oh, fabulous. Look at all those people. I want a massage, book me in. There you go. You got your first client. And fabulous. Thank you so much. Excellent. There we go. Oh, look at all those people. Joanne. Oh, Gabby. Oh, my goodness. Ash is asking how you buy the bottle. You're going to contact Ash. You're from this area, so you're going to contact Jackie, all right? And Jackie also has a website, guys, if you want to get in contact with her and you're interested in the massage. We actually had a couple of massage therapists. You were gone. I think you were having a reading at the time. And we had this one lady come, and there was another one as well. And they were fascinated by the fact that you add the color and sound to massage, and they're going to contact you.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, I think you'll be teaching some more soon.
Yay. That's exciting.
Yeah. So I hope you've all chosen number 1, 2, or 3. I'll move these bottles down here. And you've picked your 1, 2, or 3 for today, and we're going to have a look at your number reveal at the end of our show. All right. So, Jackie, I would like to just talk a little bit more about us and Melissa and color mirrors and how our lives have evolved. Because when we met almost 9 years ago in England, we were both still finding our feet. We were trying to find a way forward, that we could work with color mirrors. And if there's anybody who's new to color mirrors or thinking, oh, I could be a color practitioner, or how could I use color in my modality and expand and amplify the work I do, what advice would you give them? Because you've been on this journey, and so have I.
Yes, absolutely. And color amplifies every modality that you do. People are using it with I know somebody who was using it with chiropractic and psychology and EFT.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who do EFT tapping and with a color as well. I've seen people use it with qigong, and also with the elementals, where the elemental essences come in.
Yeah.
That has been used as well. Yeah.
And of course Reiki. It's so powerful to use the bottles during a Reiki session.
Yeah. And I remember there was a friend of Melissa's. She was up in Scotland, but I believe she's back in South Africa now. And she showed me her therapy room, and she had the chakra bottles lined up underneath her massage bed. And as she was massaging them, she said the chakra bottle colors were just coming through through the bed into the client's body as well. So
wonderful.
Yeah. And then we've got a couple of massage therapists to use it as oil and massage the oil part of the bottle. So that would be the top fraction of the bottle in, and then the bottom, the water they take home and they go and bathe in it afterwards. Yeah.
That's great.
Fabulous. So if you have any questions on how you can incorporate the color mirror system into your practice, please ask us, because Jackie and I wouldn't be doing what we are doing and working internationally and become masters at what we do if it wasn't for color mirrors. It really amplified us. That's why it's called the Magenta Show. It's a color name. Oh, fabulous. All right. Hillary says, just catching the show now. Please watch it from the beginning, Hillary. You're going to love Jackie. She's just the most gentle soul. And yesterday, most people picked the same cards. Anne had an event yesterday. Most people picked the same cards. And yes, that's exactly what happens. It's like there's whenever a group gathers, because actually it's good to talk about, thank you for that, and to talk about why there's this phenomena where the people pick the same bottle and then there's just like 87 bottles to pick from, right? And the card says 44 cards. Why do they keep picking the same ones? It's because there's an energy in the room that the group and the people that have gathered, there's an intention that was set for us to learn something, to heal something, and it pulls us. That one specific color magnet pulls us together, and that's why. And it's evident with the colors. Yeah, I remember we went to when Melissa and I first. I mean, this is 2004 when we first started taking color mirrors out into England and Scotland. We were up in Scotland at an exhibition, and it was I didn't know how this stuff worked because I was a newbie. I was a color virgin, and every single person that came past our booth picked the black dragon.
Wow.
And I got so spooked by the whole thing that evening at dinner. I said to Melissa, "Why is everyone keep picking this black dragon? This is weird. This is like real darkness in Scotland. What's going on?" And she said, "No, as a collective consciousness, this area is going to go through a spiritual transformation." So that was amazing. And I remember that I was called back to Scotland again and again to teach, and the black dragon wasn't picked anymore. They started picking the other colors to show the growth.
Yeah, it must be amazing to see that and be a part of that.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me that yesterday. Yeah. Is there a particular color that makes me as a therapist nervous for people to pick? And she pointed to the G8, the black bottle.
The black bottle,
And I said, no, absolutely not. This means the person is going through the dark nights of the soul, and without that they would not have growth in their life. Yeah. And it's actually called illumination and means they're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. So then she walked away smiling.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, it was amazing. All right, guys. So I hope you've put into the comments box whether you are number 1, number 2, or number 3, because we are going to give you a little card reading in a few minutes. So for those of you who have joined us a bit later and you don't know the story, Jackie invited me to collaborate with me to just expand on the energy of color mirrors here in Brevard, North Carolina. I have to tell you, the drive down was spectacular. We had scenery to die for. It was just hills and hills of colors because the autumn colors are out.
Yes.
And it was amazing. And then of course we come near you, and then there's these blue mountains in the distance. That was just extraordinary as well.
Yes.
Blue
Ridge Mountains.
Blue Ridge Mountains, yeah. And of course yesterday I asked you, how did you end up living in heaven? And you gave me the story because you had family here and that brought you here.
Yes.
Right? Okay. But you did return back to South Africa recently.
Yes, that was in February.
And she did a very silly thing. She jumped out of an aeroplane, and I had nothing to do with it. I'm innocent.
That was actually my daughter, Chelsea.
Tell us about it, because you did the boot camp, and we had a boot camp challenge, and we said do something radical, and say yes to something adrenaline rushing, and your daughter said, do it.
Yeah, she really wanted to do that for her birthday, and it was something that had been on my bucket list for ages, my joy challenge, so I was all up for it. And the jumping out of the airplane was just absolutely fabulous. What a rush. And
were you scared?
Yes.
But you did it anyway.
Absolutely. It was just so much fun to feel the fear and do it anyway. And
But hopefully they give you some training. They don't just throw you out the plane.
well, you know, the amazing thing was that was what scared me. But you do get tied to a experienced jumper, so he's gonna pull the cord when he feels ready, or she. But it was just, you know, I did not feel unsafe knowing that I was in control. Or the whole thing was in control.
Yeah. You didn't have to make decisions. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
You could just enjoy the ride.
Yes.
Would you do it again?
Yes, I would. And the funny thing was, when we first jumped out, we were above the cloud level. And that whoosh going through the cloud was just amazing. And then it just opened up and you see the gorgeous countryside of South Africa underneath you. That was just stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will stick in my memory forever.
If anybody else has done skydiving out of a real aeroplane, I want you to send us lots and lots of hearts. Not me, I'm not doing it. But my joy challenge that my Love and Money Bootcamp students are still moaning at me about is I have to go sing karaoke somewhere.
Oh, we can organize that.
No. I shouldn't have said that at all. Scrap that bit. If we went live, we just edit it. Oh, wonderful. Okay, let's have a look here. Jeanette says Vivian's choosing number 1, her sister, and she's got 3, and says maybe it's something to do with the Scorpio new moon. Yeah, all this violet energies that they picked, and the black. Yeah, I had and Anna actually had a couple of people pick a black card as well, the rebirth card. Shannon saying, man, my radical joy challenge is to sing karaoke. Okay, Shannon, it's a date. When we get back, we'll go karaoke.
Yeah,
okay?
the Pointer Sisters.
No cameras, no voice recording, because I can't sing. I'll have to do it like a Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, and I'll pretend it's a song. I'll sing a nursery rhyme. We're digressing here, but it's sound therapy and African massage, so we're talking about sound today. We're talking about color. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Jackie, you are amazing. I honestly, I was looking forward to coming down here because I'd love Jackie. We've collaborated before, we've worked before and shared before, and we're learning together. We learn from each other, and you're just amazing. I want to say thank you so much for bringing me down here.
Oh, thank you for coming. It's such a pleasure to have you here. So much fun.
Yeah. So Jackie has been up to visit us in Oakville. We've had some fun up there. Yes. And I just love your country. I love your area. It's magical.
Thank you. I'm sure we're all going to be blessed from having you here and sharing your experience of color and with your classes too. I'm really excited about the Sacred Woman workshop that we're going to be holding tomorrow and Wednesday too. So.
And we can't be amiss here. We must remember that there's a big event happening in Color Mirrors right now. A huge event, and that is that Melissa and Karani have written a brand new book on color mirrors, and it's called The Wisdom of Color Mirrors. And they are launching it in November. So I want you guys to be on the lookout because we're going to put lots of posts out on our social media. We're going to get a video out. We're going to and we're going to be promoting it. We would love it if you guys could share. Let the world know that this incredible book is going to come out into the world. Karani has done an incredible job. I've had the privilege of reading it, and it's mind-blowing, to say the least. It is mind-blowing. It is. You could read that book and take yourself on a journey through the color mirror system, one bottle at a time, and by the end of it, you would have transformed something major in your life. It is that powerful. Yeah.
That's exciting. It's definitely on my list.
Yeah, and lovely case studies in there as well. It's just, it's a rich, it literally, this is the life work of Melissa put into this book by Karani. So they've done an extraordinary job. Yeah, so keep an eye out for those posts, okay? And you guys, I want you guys to share when the book is out. Okay, so let's have a look. Who picked number 1? Who picked number 1? Okay, so those who picked number 1, we actually have a guest in the studio, a friend of Jackie's, Wayne, and he's watching and learning how and observing how Michael's actually producing the show and how the technology works, and he picked this particular card. So for those who picked number 1, are you ready? Oh, look at that! Red Angel, physical energy. Okay, great. So Wayne, my darling, for you behind the scenes there, and for anybody who's picked number 1, physical energy, this is the bottle in the Calamari system that is called Miracles of Prosperity, the Prosperity Miracle Angel. That's really what she's about. But she's also the color red and the essence, because when you spray this one, it smells like cinnamon and cloves, like Christmas.
Christmas, yes.
And this is the one that says, use your physical energy to rejuvenate you, to make you feel grounded, to make you feel that you can love your body again. So this is about really getting in touch with your body, because one of the things that happens, the opposite to the red energy is this violet energy, and then we float in the meditative circles and cycles and meditative higher consciousness energies for too long, and then we neglect our physical body, we neglect the physical part of us. So this is a card that comes up and says, pay attention to your physical body and pay attention to doing something really grounding and solid. So eat good food and go for walks in the forest and just enjoy your body. Do something, a physical activity. I think in the booklet it says something about wobbling your bits. move.
We know about that.
We know about that. All right. So who picked number 2? Come on, guys. Who's picked number 2? Put it in the comments box. Number 2 was picked by Jaci, our guest here, Jaci Daley, the founder of African Massage. And what did you...
Oh, wow.
The wood elemental. Look, here in Pisca Forest. I got it right. Pisca Forest. She goes and it picks the wood detox olive elemental. All right, so this is one that says it's a really good week to go and get a massage. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Detox your body, detox your muscles and the tension in there. If you haven't got a massage book, some kind of physical treat, because it follows on so beautifully from the red saying pay attention to your body. Please go and do something that will detox you. Drink more water and just be kind and nourishing towards your body. And I should drink less wine and drink more water, so I'm sure this card is for me.
Wow, it's a beautiful one. It's just so perfect for this area and healing and massage. So it's one of my favorites.
So you use this one in the massage?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's a really good one for people that are have toxins that are built up for a long time in their body, because it does an amazing thing. The other thing I like about this, Melissa taught us about reversing the aging process.
Yeah.
Because face it, ladies, some of us at that age where we're looking at wrinkles in the mirrors and going, oops, I'm getting a bit older, right? And she says if you use this elemental and you breathe it in and you visualize reversing the aging process, you give your cells a new instruction. And if you give it, because your cells only behave and react and create your body and your hair and your skin and everything according to what the instructions are.
So that makes us very aware that we must be careful what we say to ourselves, what we say out loud about our body. And so
you caught me this morning. I was going on about how chubby I am. She says, "Don't say that. You caught me." So I keep telling my cells I'm chubby, so I stay chubby. So yeah, I think that one is for me. Okay, right. Okay, Joanne says, okay, detox. She had number 2. Okay, Joanne, detox. Hillary had red angel. Fabulous. Okay, so who had number 3? This is Michael, our producers. Another elemental. Firewalk. The orange fire elemental. This one, Michael, our producers, picked as his pick of the week. So this is interesting, Michael. So this talks about a change coming and a transformation on offer. And the firewalk literally is you walk through the fire and you burn off and leave behind any fears, any blocks that you felt you've had, and you come out cleansed at the other side. And it's about nature helping you as well. So I think we need to go do lots of walks with Jackie and the dogs while we're here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to start doing lots of walks and just go and cleansing ourselves, taking our bodies through the wood and having ourselves a fire walk. So those of you in the audience who picked number 3, go and do some walking, and as you visualize as if you're walking through flames and you're burning and almost taking any dross energy, that heavy energy off and leaving it behind in the forest and let the earth take care of it. So it's like a cleansing fire walk. I'd like you to imagine going through nature somewhere. I'm hoping that's useful information. Right, Shannon had fire walk. Oh, Shannon, how appropriate is that? Anne had fire walk as well. Excellent. Fabulous. Oh, that's amazing. So, my girl.
Thank you so much for being here.
You did it.
You know, that visualization that you were talking about, the fire walk, is very much how I talk to people during African massage. Visualize the fire and it burning the tension away, and people just love it.
You're amazing. I also want to say I'm very grateful to you because you're part of the one of the Magenta Show guests and Color Mirrors family who is participating in our collaborative book. We haven't really been telling the public about this. It's been very quiet because we wanted to let this evolve naturally and organically. But we have a book in the making, and 4 out of our 12 authors have already finished, and you're just about to finish with the writing and editing coach, right?
Yes, and it's about African massage and how it came about.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. So we're creating this collaborative coffee table-sized full color book. It's just going to be an incredible piece of work. And the idea is that we're putting our healing stories in there. We're going to be putting our own channeled poem or prayer in there, or meditation. And this book we are going to be taking to hospices, to care homes, anywhere where there's a waiting or reception area, where, in places where people need to touch something that's got healing energy in it, and they can be inspired, that they can, feel that there's hope. And it's going to be full of color. And this is probably the first time I'm speaking publicly about this. But we have been keeping a little quiet because we've been allowing this project to unfold and get a life force of its own.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of it. I feel really honored, and thank you for putting all of your energy and time. I know it's a lot of hard work to bring a whole bunch of people together and have everything rolled into how it should be coming together. So thank you for that.
We do have an amazing authors with healing stories and inspirational stories and spiritual stories about their life and about the experience and what they're an expert in. That's going to be part of this collaborative project. So I want to thank those of you, you know who you are, who are already authors in it. And we're definitely going to do a volume 2. We already, because the first book is just evolving beautifully, we know there's going to be a volume 2.
That's going to be stunning.
Yeah, a color book, isn't that amazing? Oh, by the way, it's called Walking the Magenta Path. So walking that middle path, the bringing heaven and earth together, bringing the material and the spiritual together. So that's the main theme of it, and then how that energy can heal the planet and heal us.
Yeah, I do love that, talking about Magenta and why you called the show the Magenta Show. And, I said that to quite a few people, and that just explanation was so much impressive to them.
Well, I had this conversation with Melissa because my birth colours is bottle 29. I'm born on the 29th. So I have that turquoise and magenta fraction, deep turquoise, deep magenta. And the turquoise, of course, is related to technology. So I've had to overcome my fears and judgments around technology and being in front of a camera, right? I had to do that. But the magenta part of it, she explained to me, and she said that you're a bridge and you're going to show people how to bridge systems, how to bridge beliefs. And it took me a while to understand, but when she explained it to me in color, it became very clear, because we had the magenta is made up of 2 colors, and it's the violet, which is the spiritual service, which is related to the crown, and red, which is related to your material world and survival and being a human on the planet. And so often we find ourselves wandering either one way or the other. We go to that violet realm. We saw a lot of that at the event this weekend, where you're very ungrounded, incredibly talented people, but they've got no money. They're not grounded in the red stuff. And then, of course, we get a lot of people who are businessmen and women and people working just at a job to survive in the red world, and they're disconnected from their spirit, they're disconnected from their soul. So the Magenta and the book we're doing, and certainly the energy of the Magenta show has always been about bringing the two worlds together. Yeah. You can have heaven on earth. You can have your cake and eat it. Well, apparently not this week, because I'm supposed to detox. Hide those cupcakes you bought yesterday from me. Jackie, it's been an absolute pleasure, my darling. Thank you for having Michael and I here at your beautiful home in the forest. I'm in love with you all over again. I'm in love with your work. I'm in love with your country. It's just been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Michael, it's just been such a wonderful pleasure to have you here. And looking forward to all the fun things we're going to be doing this week. Absolutely. Including forest walks.
Including forest walks and firewalks. Thank you, my darling. And to Melissa again, without you, without you, my darling, we just wouldn't be here. We love and appreciate you and Karani and our Kalamaris family. Thank you so much.
We'll see you next. All of you.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Bye.